Opinions in the sponsorship system adopted in Senegal on Monday are divided, especially in the run-up to the 2019 presidential election. If passed, it would require all candidates standing in next year's presidential polls to collect the signatures of at least 1% of the registered voters in the country's 7 regions before being validated. That's an equivalent of 65,000 sponsors per candidate. The proposal has sparked a fierce public debate with some opposition and activist groups. The sponsorship of presidential candidates was one of the stumbling blocks in the negotiations between the government and the opposition on the electoral process in the country.
Now we'll take a closer look at the issues and reactions of the political players regarding this sponsorship law. And with us on the line to talk about this in detail is Soraya Yassine Bakari, our correspondent in Senegal. Good morning, Soraya. On Monday, the Senegalese parliament adopted a bill on the sponsorship of the presidential candidates as stipulated in a new law. According to the bill, only citizens who are qualified voters, in other words, those who are validly registered on the electoral lists, would be eligible to nominate a candidate. And this endorsement only concerns the first round of the presidential election. The candidate must have endorsement from at least 7 regions of the country with a minimum of 2,000 nominations per region. Each presidential candidate must have a sponsorship of at least 1% of the electorate, which represents at least 65,000 signatures for the 2019 elections.
So,
Soraya, what do the Senegalese think of this bill?
Membres de la classe politique sont contre cette future loi. Que pensent les Sénégalais, quant à eux, l'opinion publique de ce projet de loi?
It must be said that this bill continues to cause strong reaction in the country. Some believe the government passed this law to prevent the opposition candidates from participating in next elections. Others believe that this bill does not violate any legal provisions of the Constitution, and the provision in question has always existed at the constitutional level. We are therefore waiting to see what happens this Thursday after Parliament's decision. So until then, this measure only applied to independent candidates. Why did the government think of generalizing it to all presidential candidates? For the Senegalese government, the principle of endorsing all presidential candidates will end discrimination between candidates from political parties and independent candidates. For the government, it's not fair for a candidate to have a receipt to go to the election when another independent candidate is asked to produce signatures to be a candidate. So it's therefore a guarantee of equity among citizens that the government of Senegal reintroduced sponsorship of candidates. The government reassures that the sponsorship of candidates in the 2019 Senegalese presidential elections will be completely transparent. According to the government, this system, with more than 300 political parties, is also being streamlined. It should be noted that nearly 10 candidates have already been nominated.